I'm not built to survive anything. The fact that I'm still alive now is pretty crazy. Only by the grace of God.
You're listening to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers with your hosts Greg Behrendt and Kane Holloway.
Hello, welcome to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers. I'm Kane Holloway.
I'm Greg Behrendt.
And I'm producer Pat.
Oh. Now it's like, can't get in there fast enough. You want to second Pat? So I have you go right after Kane so you can just get in there. But
you yelled at me for not jumping in.
You misunderstood. You misunderstood. It's the flow of the intro. So, you go when it's your turn, but we got to figure out, like, Greg and I know when to go. Pat, obviously you don't know when to go. So, like, I think Greg.
I mean, it's fine if you want to go second. I've only been doing this for 180 minutes.
I mean, we want you to go, but we also want you to know when to go. And it just feels like Greg's made it pretty, he's told you pretty much when it's your turn, producer Pat. And, it's hard that's your journey. We want you to be able to figure that out for yourself, but also don't do that again.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. We have so much to bring to the show. We got a great question. We have some memes. We have all the things that you come here for this show. We have all of it, especially if you guys are a fan of dating shows, specifically insane ones that are put on Netflix. They have upped the ante with the Ultimatum, and the Ultimatum it's the gift that keeps on giving. If you ever think you're in a bad relationship, watch the Ultimatum.
Yeah. Really, none of the relationships should have stayed. Nobody should have stayed together.
Not a single person. Yeah. I said, so there's Mal and Yoli who started together, and Mal and then Vanessa and Xander, and Yoli and Xander paired off and went away, and then Yoli went with old what's her name, but Vanessa was such a problem. Vanessa was such a villain, like outwardly, such a bad entity in the house or in this whole experiment. Nobody liked her, that Yoli slipped under the radar as this season's real villain. The way she treated Mal was so poor and so terrible.
Yeah.
That if Vanessa wasn't so fucking loud, we would have seen Yoli coming a mile away. But Yoli, garbage, just the worst, and acts so shitty in the reunion after the fact. And I was like yelling at my TV because Yoli, Pat, since you don't know, and for the listeners who don't watch the Ultimatum, Yoli kept telling Mal that she's in love with Xander, and Mal was like she was trying to be so cool about it.
Yeah, she was very cool about
it. To the point where I'm like, it's too much accepting.
Yeah, too accommodating.
Yeah, there's too much of it. Like at a certain point, you're being a people pleaser, and you're gonna get run down. Even during the final choice, when you have to propose or break up, Mal chooses to propose, and even during the proposal, Yoli brings up the fact that she's still in love with another person with the Xander during the proposal. And Mal's still sitting there being like, yeah, no, I'm with you. I choose you 100%. I choose you. I'll choose you. If you choose Xander, I'll choose you in another life. All this fucking dumb shit to like save face or whatever, to rebuild her ego or something. Brutal. And then after the proposal, Yoli does her best to try to make this proposal seem like it's a bad idea. Like, are you sure about it? All this shit. And then you see her go over to Xander later in the episode to go and hug her and touch her after she's already said yes. She doesn't wear the ring, and she goes and hangs out with Xander and confesses her love to her still.
Yeah.
Fucking insane. Insane.
She was bizarre. She was bizarre. She just, yeah. Lexi has gone full OnlyFans.
Has she?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And she and Ray aren't together anymore.
Yeah, okay.
It said at the end that they had split up.
Yeah, they definitely split up. Lexi had real trust issues after her and Vanessa hooked up.
Yeah.
And so they weren't going to work out. Ozzy and Sam, their whole thing, I root for them because I hope the best for Ozzy, because Ozzy seems like just trying to figure out how to even communicate. But even then, if I was Sam, I'd be like, I can't take any of this. This is a batch of people who, just like the batch of people that went on the first season of the Ultimatum, you have to understand, if you're walking through the doors of this TV show, or if you're in your own life and you decide to pitch the idea of an ultimatum to the person you're with, it's fucking over. It's over. There's no other way that you come out of this thinking that this was a good idea. An ultimatum is never a good idea.
Yeah. No, it's kind of what my TV show was. My reality series was, go to a couple and give them an ultimatum, either get engaged or break up.
Yeah.
But I did it over 3 days.
Yeah, real fast. You don't have time for this 3 weeks horse shit.
Yeah, there was none of this other thing. I was like, figure it out. One couple got married and they're still married today.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they got married on the show, which was really a surprise.
Yeah.
And but for the most part, everybody should have been broken up.
Not one of them learned anything.
No.
So when it came to the proposal point, you were just sort of hoping that every one of them, and almost every person that was issued the ultimatum, every person that was issued the ultimatum proposed. They proposed. Everyone except Xander. Xander's the only one who actually grew from the experience, realizing she doesn't want these things, that marriage and kids is a Band-Aid over what she maybe truly wants. A lot of I've never felt this way about marriage or kids, but people will have the mindset like, oh, maybe this will make me whole. Maybe this will fill something inside me if I have a wife and if I have children. And I don't really think like that, but it was nice to see one person out of that lot that was like, I should probably figure out what I like. I should probably figure out who Xander is before I move on to do anything. But everyone who was issued the ultimatum, who was bucking against the whole point of marriage, felt the pressure and fucking proposed. And then at the reunion, almost everyone was broken up. Except Ozzy and Sam. They're the only ones that still seem to like stick it out. And even them, I have my doubts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty crazy. Pretty fucking crazy. Good television. I want to see more. I just hope that people see the flaws of this whole thing. It's just such a bad idea, but it's a great idea for TV.
Yeah.
We have a question. Let's see. Does she want to be anonymous? It's pretty short. This one comes from Mariah. She says, I need roommate help. Hey, Greg and Kane. I just moved into my first NYC apartment after college, and I'm living with a good friend of mine. Recently, we had a maintenance person over while my roommate was gone, and they had to go into her room to get to the breaker box. I stepped in there and saw that my vase was in her room and broken. She had not said anything about breaking my vase, and I'm not upset that she broke it. I'm concerned, though, that she has not told me. I asked later in the day if she had seen my vase, as I had remembered putting it in the living room, and described the vase. She said, I haven't seen it, and then pretended to look around for it. I was hoping after saying that she would have just been honest and said she broke the vase. I wouldn't have been upset, but now that I know she lied directly to my face about it, I don't trust her. How do I try to bring this up or get her to open up so she tells me about these things in the future? Thank you for your help. Your podcast got me through the last few weeks of college with some laughs. Kind regards, Mariah.
Well, part of it is you set her up.
This is on you, Mariah.
No, it's not on you, but you could have easily said, I had to go in your room to show the electrician the breaker box, and I found my vase, and it was broken.
Yeah.
And then the person could have said, oh, yeah, I fucked up. Or she could have said, I don't know what you're talking about.
Which would have been even better.
Yeah. And then you could show the vase, and she could have said, I've never seen that in my life. And then you could have said, it's my vase. And she said, well, I guess you broke it. I don't understand. Why would you put your broken vase in my room?
Yeah, you're crazy. Why are you being crazy?
Like the fuck out of her.
Gaslight you like crazy.
Yeah.
Vase? What is this thing you call a vase? I've never even heard of this thing. Yeah, she's gonna lie because of course she's gonna lie when you ask her about the vase that she lied about in the first place. She went out of her way to lie to you before you even realized it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Greg's right. It's try to make it less of a gotcha moment and more of like hey, just so you know, we're good. I saw the vase, and I just next time just like tell me.
Just tell me.
Just tell me. It's okay. And then if something else goes missing and you go into her room again and it's lying on the floor broken, then you know you got a different problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's a pretty easy fix. You'll find out if your roommate just stinks as a roommate or she was just nervous because she broke something of yours and didn't have the maturity to come to you with it. So just approach her about it. And if she lies, then you know you got an issue. And it's not an issue you can fix. It's just who she is as a person.
Yeah. There's not much. Yeah, exactly. We'll be right back.
This is the theme song for What Does This Mean song. The theme song for What Does This Mean song. We'll read a self-help quote, and they're definitely not memes. Memes are something completely different than quotes. Quotes are supposed to help you through all the bullshit in your life. And memes are like that poster of that cat hanging from a tree. And it says, hang in there, baby, or Mondays, am I right? Mondays, am I right? So if you can think of a different title, then we'll probably change it.
I do want to see that very badly, Oppenheimer, but I wonder if it's going to be any good. I have like a real Christopher Nolan problem right now after Tenet, after how Tenet was, and then how the audio of Tenet was. Like I couldn't understand anything.
Right.
Did you see Tenet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like? I went and saw it in the drive-in, whatever. I went and saw it in the drive-in, and I remember like it was coming through. I was just like, maybe my radio sucks. And then when it got to the final battle where it's like all these different colored, you get the red team and the blue team fighting these Marines, and time is moving forward and backward at the same time. I just was like, I don't know who they're fighting. I don't know what's going on. I have no fucking idea what is going on. And then I left, and then I did like a whole Instagram. I'm like, hey, has anyone seen Tenet? Can you guys tell me what happened? Because I have no idea. And then I read an article, and Christopher Nolan was like, nah, I think the audio is fine. It's like it was a problem. Everyone was like, yo, the fucking audio in this movie is terrible. And Christopher Nolan was like, oh, I think it's fine, because I made the movie. And then they were like, what about like releasing it on HBO Max since nobody can go outside since we're in the middle of a pandemic? And he was like, I don't care about that. We should release it in theaters. People should just go to the theater. And I'm like, fucking, is Christopher Nolan a cock? Do I hate this guy? Because this movie I hate. And then I rewatched it when they finally did release it on HBO. Mm-hmm. I rewatched it and I still couldn't understand fucking anything. And I'm like, I had to put on the subtitles, and even then, I'm like, I don't know who they're fighting. This movie's stupid.
I feel it's a perfect example of somebody getting so huge that, and the movie being so confusing that people didn't want to look stupid telling him they didn't understand it in meetings. He doesn't have a friend.
Yeah.
Like four friends. Where you would go, bro, hey man, first off, I love you. Okay?
Yeah.
So we know that. This fucker don't make no sense. It makes no sense, man. Can I tell you, the going backwards and going forwards and the falling down and fighting and the bullets that were there but weren't there, like it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Inception, I watched a few times and I got it.
Yeah.
And Memento. This is seriously like you were just making stuff up day after day after day.
For some reason, I think this is like Chris's Southern friend, that Chris doesn't take seriously because he has a Southern accent. And Chris is just like, it doesn't matter. And he's like, but he's making some really good points. He's like, I just don't know what's going on at the end of Tenet, I just don't know. And Chris is like, whatever. You don't know, you fucking country bumpkin. You're too dumb to get it.
Y'all, this movie don't make no sense. I ain't never seen a movie so stupid.
So he's dreaming, then he falls asleep in the dream, then he's dreaming in that dream, but time moves slower in that dream?
Hang on. So are you telling me they only had David Washington available?
Well, they couldn't get Denzel?
Or any other movie star?
Literally anybody else? I don't think he can act. I'm not a fan. Also, if he was fighting himself, why would he shoot at himself?
Oh my my God.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. Okay. We got, is it memes time? Is it what does this memes time?
It is.
It's what does this memes time. It's that time again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. It's what does this memes time. I have memes. Greg, do you have memes?
For what?
For Wiz, what does this memes?
No.
It's what does this memes time. And I got memes. Greg doesn't have memes. Pat has memes.
Mm-hmm.
Our listeners have memes. But before we get to memes, apparently there's a correction that needs to be made. Do you guys remember when I tattooed that kid who wanted "Sky's the limit" on his forearm? And then I said, "Skies is spelled wrong." Well, apparently Skies isn't spelled wrong, and I'm stupid. Apparently the expression is "Sky's the limit." SKY. Skies owns. Sky is the possessive. Sky's the limit. It's not a possessive, says Paige Rihanna. It's a contraction of the word sky is. So that would be correct spelling in this scenario. And then just some anonymous Martin said, I got this immediately. Skies, SKIES, the limit, makes no sense.
Skies, SKIES.
The limit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Matt PR also says sky's the limit, like sky is the limit, is correct.
Wow.
Right? But that doesn't it feel wrong? Like sky is the limit? Who says that? Hey, y'all, I just don't understand this.
Hey, you would say, I think actual sky's the limit is what people say, but it is the sky is the limit.
Sky is the limit. So sky's SKY apostrophe S, the limit is the limit. Sky is the limit.
And then it's supposed to be ironic because there is no limit to the sky.
Yeah, you can keep going.
Right.
So sky is not the limit. So that's what I thought when I read these. I was like, yeah, but you could just keep going. If you can get up to the sky, you can keep going if you want.
Right.
If you're going straight up. If you're going like across the sky, that's a whole other thing. You're probably just in a commercial airplane. But if you're like Jeff Bezos or something and you're trying to get to Jupiter, you can keep going.
Yeah, sky's the limit.
Yeah, sky's the limit. I just don't get this, y'all. I just don't understand. Sky's the limit. We got Sasa sent one in our Discord.
These are the limit.
He's the limit. Ski's the limit, y'all. What does this meme section of our Discord, DTBFF podcast on our in our Discord? Which join it. Hey, come on, join it. Then you can talk about all the things that I got wrong and how dumb I am. Here in the Discord. Sasa sent one that said, someday you'll meet that amazing person who just gets you and they won't text you back either. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Sasa. My heart. And then let's see here. Sam sent one. This says, this is what Kane was talking about in one of the episodes. I'm not sure which episode, but apparently this is a meme from something that I said. Maturity is working through your trauma and not using it as a never-ending excuse for poor behavior. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel that way. I don't want to hear about it. If you're a shitty person and then you're caught being shitty, like you broke your roommate's vase or something, and you're caught being shitty, and then when you're presented with your shitty behavior and you're like, yeah, but my dad wasn't very nice. Neither was mine. Okay? And a lot of other people's. And I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about your shitty whatever happened. Don't use it as an excuse. I've always
Yeah, right.
I'm here for you in that scenario if you want to talk about it. But if you use it as a crutch, I'm going to kick that crutch from under you and hope you fall down a flight of stairs. Over on our Instagram, Damon sent one that says, "What if your teeth were naturally flaccid and got hard when you got hungry?"
What is this segment?
It's to inspire people. I didn't read that beforehand. But what if? Does that inspire you at all? If the blood flowed to your teeth instead of your penis so you can eat?
I don't even like thinking about it.
Okay. I don't like thinking about it either. It's really upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
Jared. Jared sent one and he said, "I love how 30,000 idiots all liked this post." So this comes from Zach Prague Rob on Instagram. "Your daily routine needs a healthy dose of war. Train, run, fight, think, scheduled discomfort. The earlier, the better. Chaos gives you clarity in a way most won't understand. When you do hard things in your control, hard things out of control feel easier. You move faster, more confident. The friction between idea and action disappears. Put yourself through enjoyable torture every day and watch your life transform."
Okay, first off, I want to be that guy's roommate. And then the second he gets up in the morning, I'm going to smack him in the face with a coffee cup. And then I'm going to say, "Enjoy the chaos, bitch. Get off the floor." You wanted a war? You fucking got one. Get up.
Yeah. Clean up my broken mug, by the way, and glue it back together.
Fix your face. It's bloody.
Yeah. Go to the hospital. I won't be driving you. Yeah, that's silly. That's silly. It's one thing to be in a work environment that creates chaos, you know, like stand up. Like if you're afraid to do a show because it's rowdy, then do the show if you want to get better. Like I think about it in those terms. But what if you're just like an accountant?
Yeah.
You're supposed to go in and like set fire to your desk and then sexually harass some of your coworkers and then see like what happens and see if you can get out of it. The fuck? God. That's insane. That's insane.
Well, and the guy that wrote that has been nowhere near a war.
No.
Nowhere near a war.
A healthy dose of war, he says. Get yourself a healthy dose of war. Who wants to start their day with that much craziness? I don't like talking. Apparently word is out that I'm not a very enjoyable person in the morning. I don't respond to questions. Like people, if I'm up early enough, people will ask me questions and I nod my head a lot or I shake it, but not a whole lot of words come out. And apparently I have resting bitch face in the morning. So people will like be like, "Good morning," because I'll be like, "Good morning." But that's like right around 11:30 is when I start to like my flower opens up and I'm able to fucking be a human being. But if I had to start my day with like, I need to move slow in the morning. I just how I am. I couldn't imagine starting my day with chaos. I don't want to have that many. I don't want to have nice conversations. I don't want to have any conversations. I don't want to look a lot of people in the eye. This is how I start my day. I start my day very much inwardly focused. That's when I'm my most introverted, is in the morning. I think that's all we have from listeners.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple. I'll do these two because I think they're silly. This comes from Ad Finance on Instagram because I was looking for inspirational quotes. Be a goat when people waiting on your downfall, but you're a goat.
What?
Yeah, I know. When people waiting on your downfall, but you're a goat. You're not gonna do it. You won't. You're a goat.
Okay.
You're gonna hate this next one. I got it specifically because it's so bad. This thing has like a lot of followers. This Instagram. People are prisoners of their phones. That's why they're called cell phones. Oh God. Damn. So many people like that.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Like, you're on your phone. You're on your phone liking that. How else are you going to see that?
He makes a great point, man. Phone's a fucking prison, bro. Phone's a prison.
I feel you, brother.
Just another way the government wants to fucking steal your time, steal your free time, get your information, and fuck you.
Yep. I've said that a million times, remember?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, brother.
Trump's innocent.
Yeah. You should rage against the machine. There's a lot of Let's Go Brandon t-shirts and coming up and down my the beach front and here in San Diego. It's really it's such a strange vibe to be in like a beach town and then just see all of these like hardcore Republicans who just walk by, truck filled with Trump and Confederate flags running down the street, coming in, looking at me like we're the same kind of person because I'm bald and I'm white. And I'm like, that's racist. You can't just assume I'm a Trumper because I look like you. That's racism, you know?
Yeah.
What do you have, Pat?
Well, I've got a couple more from our new replacement for the Real Man Quotes guy, author Dane Thomas. The author has his own quotes.
That's right.
Got a few Dane Thomas quotes for you this week, and as usual, they're great.
I love it.
Let it be something powerful. Your mind, your strength, your heart, your love. Let it all be powerful.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah. What?
How do you even do that? What the fuck does that mean? What's the action you take where that happens? Those are just fucking words.
It's so vague.
It's like that's like some fucking magnet thing you did on your refrigerator.
Let it be power. You got to be powerful. How do I be powerful? That's up to you. I wash my hands of this whole thing.
Let your love be powerful. I'm gonna go. My whole family's here in the house. I'm gonna go down and ask him later on if my love is powerful. Guys, has my love been powerful?
Jokingly, what I'll do is I'll come up to like, you know, my girlfriend or my family, like when I see them, and I'll jokingly like put my hand on their head and I'd be like, do you feel the love from me coursing through my hand onto your head? And then I just rub their hair a little bit just to be annoying. But now I'm going to do that with real love purpose.
Yeah.
I'm still going to shake their hair. My brother's wedding is coming up. That's going to be on my toast. When I do my brother's toast, I'm gonna be like, I remember you guys look good together. I hope you live a long time. And then I'm gonna put my hand on both their heads and be like, yeah, I hope you feel the love.
Oh my God.
Is that the same Dane Thomas, you dipshit?
I've got another one here from Dane Thomas. I hope you get lost in all the things that make you feel alive.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I hope that too. It didn't need to be said, but sure. I also hope that for you.
And then we can we can close it out on this one. Another from Dane Thomas quotes. I don't want to be just another person who takes up time in your life. I want to be the one you look at and think to yourself, I don't know how I could ever live without you.
Yeah, me too, I guess. Yes. I also feel that way about some people. But it didn't need to be said. That's so weird. That's like wishing yourself a happy birthday.
It is. I mean, I don't want to be somebody that somebody can't live without. I don't want to fill that space for somebody and then do them the disservice of dropping dead.
Well, too late, my friend. Too late. You can't be a dad and not have that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, of course.
You can't foster a family and then you've already done the dirt. But that's also something that went unsaid. You know what I mean? What people mean to you is what you can't control what people mean to you, you know, or how you mean to someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
And your whatever happens to you in the future is going to affect them no matter what. And yeah, I hope to be someone out there that like people think of and remember fondly. That's not going to be the case for everybody, you know? Yeah. And when I drop dead, there's going to be a bunch of people who are like, really? When? You know? Segment 3. We have a couple things to get. What am I trying to say? I had it in my head.
Wow.
Real rough start.
Segment 3. We got a lot to talk about in this segment and very little time to do it.
Yes. There we go.
Action-packed. With just great content. The kind of content you've come to expect from us, not only on this show, but in segment 3.
Especially.
I know we know that you guys are excited about it, and so we're excited about it too.
Yes. Couldn't be more excited about it. We missed this in inspirational quotes because I just found it, but I thought this was pretty inspiring. The Flash movie report says that it needs to become a box office hit in order to get a sequel, which I think is something that we already fucking know. Why is that a report? That doesn't make any sense. Of course it needs to be a box office smash.
That's like when sports reporters say things like, here's the thing, man, they're going to have to put some points on the board or they're not going to get it.
Yes, exactly.
Here's the thing. The Niners are going to have to throw, but they're also going to have to run.
Yeah.
But they're also got to have a passing game.
They need to catch. Mostly they need a good catching game.
Yeah. For Lewis to win this, he's got to come in first. He's got to be in first place to win this. And I think he's got a shot because he's racing.
Yeah. All he needs is gas in his car and a song in his heart, really.
Yeah. And then just, number one.
He needs to be number one. I mean, look, I hope it's good. I don't know what they're going to do with the future of the DC superhero movies and if the Flash or Michael Keaton's Batman has anything to do with it. But yeah, I want more of this. And I think everyone involved wants more of this. What if there's reports like this about our show? Like, it needs to get more downloads. Otherwise, they'll still be doing it. Anyway, moving on from that, because I just thought that was stupid. But we have something else that we found online that Pat has prepared for us.
Yeah, it's an article from Buzzfeed. It's men are sharing things women do that make them feel loved and valued. And I thought I'd run a few of these by you guys and see what you think, if it's something that would make you feel loved and valued, or you think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We've got, when a girl laughs at a joke and puts her hand on my arm or shoulder, I'm like, oh, I like her.
Yeah.
No, that's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
How about hug for longer? Every time a guy gets hugged, he pretends it didn't affect him, and then he goes to sleep all warm and fuzzy.
Who wrote this?
Actually, if you want to know the source of that particular quote, because it does give you the usernames, that one is from Fake and Gaybot.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Here's one that could go either way for sure. I received flowers for Valentine's Day, and I cannot express the joy I felt receiving them. Do you guys like flowers?
I don't.
I like getting flowers.
I like getting flowers. I like giving someone flowers.
Mm-hmm.
I find flowers pretty pointless. I hate to be that atypical guy that just like doesn't see the value in having flowers in the house, or even plant life. It's not something I think about. But I know that my girl likes getting flowers, and I can pick out a pretty decent arrangement. So I do enjoy going out and picking out the colors. I like color schemes and stuff. So I kind of fuck with the color schemes of flowers and like the different shapes when I'm doing it. But if somebody gives me flowers, which has happened before, I don't really feel much.
No, I love it.
Really?
I like flowers. I like getting flowers. I like giving flowers. I like when flowers are in the house. Yeah, I think they really do like add some much needed atmosphere, and especially like tropical flowers. I really like. I like ginger and hibiscus and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I really do. I would have flowers tattooed on my. I've thought about having cherry blossoms tattooed to my arm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
One of those ones that's not outlined, but like is pink and.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. I think about that, but yeah. So I like them.
Okay.
Nice. How about this? This is something I definitely like, and I'm not sure what this speaks to. Is my wife loved doing playful things to aggravate me, but in a silly, playful way. Her favorite, and the one I always fell for, was she'd want a little kiss, and the moment my lips touched her, she'd stick her tongue out so it went between my lips. It used to irritate the shit out of me, but she was being playful.
Yeah, I do. I do that all the time. I stick my tongue out and stick it in. I stick it in her mouth. She's not expecting it, but she'll do this thing where she'll look like she's going in for like one of those tight little kisses, and she'll go and kiss, and then she'll have opened up a hole in my lips. She's like done it strategically to where I then will copy her lips, so we're both going in for the same kind of little kiss, and then she blows air into my mouth and puffs out my cheeks. Drives me nuts. But if she stopped doing it, I'd be really upset.
Yeah. Okay.
I took it. All right. I feel like we should cut out the thing I said. Okay. What else you got?
Let's see. Taking interest in your hobbies.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I mean, Amira's not interested really in my hobbies. Well, no, that's not true. She does love. She likes racing.
Oh,
but I think she's listened to maybe 3 songs by the band. And
Really?
they have 4 albums. Just doesn't do it for her.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like when my girl take. I also try to downplay my stuff the best I can.
She likes my stand-up, though. She does like my stand-up, which makes me happy. That makes me super happy.
Yeah.
My whole family does. Like they were at dinner the other night. They were all talking about bits that they liked. That made me feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Because for a while, my family didn't like me at all. So.
Oh no.
Yeah. Also true. Also that.
Let's see. And then the last one on this list, hugs from behind and head rubs.
Oh, I love my head being. Oh, I love my head being rubbed. If I still could grow hair, I'd go get my hair cut. I used to get my hair cut on my birthday as like a treat to myself because I loved the feeling of somebody touching my hair and running their fingers through my hair and someone shampooing my head for me. God, I just remember thinking when I was a kid, like, I can't wait to be old when I can't do this myself and somebody will just wash my hair for me because I smell bad. And now I don't have to worry about that. But I love having my head played with for sure. It's my favorite.
I don't like to have my head touched, mostly because I don't like my hair moved. I get it into like a place,
Mm-hmm.
and it takes and also I don't want anyone to rub my bald spot. I don't want to be aware of that, and I strategically put my hair
Sure.
shape. I don't even like to have the window open in the car. But and the fact of the matter is, it's so short and there's so little of it, it doesn't do anything. But I'm just weirded out by it.
I get you.
But when I go to get my hair, cut, and they wash it in the soap and the hot water, and then she rubs my scalp, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love I used to go to a girl who would do it and then rub the neck and give you sort of a neck massage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like that. And I love being hugged from behind.
Yeah. Hug from behind. Yeah. I hugged you from behind one time.
I love it.
And he loved it. That's so funny. So I've been made fun of my whole life about going bald because I have a widow's peak and it was like receding early on. And I just sort of like, I used to have my feelings hurt by it. And then I grew like just a nice little shield around it. Didn't really hurt my feelings when somebody made bald jokes, or when they make bald jokes now. It doesn't hurt my feelings because it's just such a thing. But I let my hair grow out a little bit, and and somebody noticed that the hair wasn't growing in this back bald. There's one spot in the back that isn't growing hair also, and I was like, what? And I put my hand over my. You fucking kidding me? This is like the first time in a really long time that I was like embarrassed that I was going bald. It was strange because it was like a new place. Like I'd always been going bald at the front, never in the back, and all of a sudden it was just like this new area. It's like when you're like in a video game when you finally find a weak spot on a bad guy. I just was like, ow, my feelings. That hurts. Well, are we ready for a Reddit remix? Reddit remix. Are all women really bisexual?
Yes. Thanks for listening to the show.
I'm going anonymous for obvious reasons. What about this would be obvious? Because you're asking a question that might seem a little tone deaf. Women are objectively sexy. Okay. This is article so far, or not article, this question is weird. You can try and argue it, but really men are just not attractive. Only reason women like us is They've evolved to procreate. Good God. Basically, all women have curvier bodies than men, more appealing, with no hair on the arms and legs. That's not true at all.
This guy's met like one woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he also only watches hot cartoon women. You ever been sleeping next to your girl and then she rubs her weeks long unshaven leg on you? And it's like someone threw a cactus at your legs and they're freezing cold. And when they're cold and then goosebumps, the hair just like pokes up and it just fucking pricks you. They have bigger butts and some boobs. What the fuck? Over all their bodies are just designed to be objectified. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Argue all you want, but it's proven by science. Okay, then show me your work, stupid. So all women find other women attractive, even if they don't admit it or pretend they're straight. Okay, honey. Sure
Oh wow.
Sure you are. Even when they're kissing other girls at parties, they still won't admit it. Girls just have sexual bodies. That's why they're supposed to cover up to not entice men, when men are not needing to do this, since our bodies are built for survival and not to be sexually attractive. Nobody actually...
I love that women's bodies weren't built for survival.
I know. Yeah.
Women fundamentally aren't meant to survive. And only by the grace of men do they survive. You got to get this straight, guys. Look, women are inherently beautiful. And whether they want you to know it or not, they can't wait to fuck each other. Their bodies, which should be covered,
Yeah.
Stop enticing men.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Rapey.
I'm Rapey Raperson. Hello. Welcome to my TED Talk about women. That's nobody actually thinks men's bodies are that nice. Well, this is just a collection of thoughts that are all wrong and can be immediately fact checked, not only by, opinion pieces on the street and also science. You could also use science to contradict everything this man Anonymous just wrote. I also love the idea that the title of this are all women really bisexual ? But he's made up his mind in the fucking beefy part of the whole. He already made up his mind. Why ask the question? You didn't ask a question. You just wanted to go, hey guys, do you think this is true? Because I fucking do. They're all bisexual. They all want to fuck each other, and we're pointless. He also, while being very anti-women, he's also very anti-men in this whole thing. I don't know where this guy stands. Does he hate men? Does he want to only fuck women? Is he secretly gay and he's just really trying really hard to push out this agenda that men aren't attractive? I don't know where this guy stands.
I don't either. But my favorite thing is about how we're built for survival.
We're built for survival. I twisted my ankle like 4 weeks ago. No, not even that. Dude, if I work out every day and I don't stretch, my back tweaks and then I can't walk for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm biologically a man. I'm not built to survive anything. The fact that I'm still alive now is pretty crazy. Only by the grace of God. Yeah. I don't know how to fight, really. Like I've been in situations where I could have died and I didn't. And that's pretty insane. It's insane that I still live. Yeah, I don't know. Also, yeah, women find other women attractive without being bisexual. I had an ex was like, try, you know, because, but also like you can find like men can find men. There's like that whole Seinfeld episode where Elaine's trying to find that attractive guy at the gym, and she keeps asking all the guys, and Kramer's the only one that will admit that there are men that are attractive.
Yes.
You know,
Jerry's homophobia. Like he won't put lotion on Kramer's back.
yeah.
He puts his seat between them at the theater.
Yeah.
He can't admit that another man is attractive. Like he's like the best thing that ever happened in the whole show is when Kramer kisses him.
Yes.
It's the best.
There's something not hostile about Jerry's homophobia, but there's something incredibly hostile about George's homophobia. Like George is outwardly afraid that people think he's gay, even to the point where he thinks he's gay. When he got the massage from the man, and he like spiraled. He's like, I think it moved. And then he's like, it was imperceptible, but it moved. And it's like, it only moves from contact. And he's like, are you sure? And he's like, that's what a gym teacher once told me.
Yeah. The best.
Yeah, I don't. Women can find, like, my ex found women attractive, and but then when confronted with the possibility of having sex with a woman, all went out the window. There was just something about the female anatomy, like having to go down on a woman immediately was like, I'm not that, I don't want to push it that far. I'm not that interested. And it was like, I can make out with a girl and I can, like, we can fool around and flirt and stuff. But when it comes to like actual sex, there was like a hard stop.
Yeah.
You know, so not all women are bisexual. They're way more open to the concept than we are.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I mean, I would never make out with Pat. I would if he wanted to, but I would never, like, it would never be my idea. It would have to be Pat's idea. Like, Pat would have to he would have to hug me from behind.
Rub your head.
Rub my head a little bit.
Yeah.
And then if I, like, you know, I'm like, oh, what's going on back there? And then if he kissed my neck, I'd be like, okay, let's figure this out, you know. But that's the only time. That's the only time I'd do it. Well, what do you guys think?
Perfect. What do you guys think? Write us at dtbfpodcast@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm. DTBFF Podcast on Instagram. DTBFF Podcast on our Discord. Support the show. Check out our bonus episodes. Pat and I just did a bonus episode reviewing Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the latest Spider-Man movie. And if everyone sees The Flash, we'll probably do a movie review on that. We have other bonus episodes, like other full Reddit remixes. Sometimes little Squirt comes in and tries to give advice. Or Greg will talk about F1, all on our Patreon, patreon.com/DTBFF podcast. And make sure you can, I have my show Going Dutch here in San Diego at PB Backyard in Pacific Beach, June 22nd, 8 p.m. Ticket link is on my Instagram, which you can follow at Kane Holloway.
Hey, are we still doing the show?
We're still doing the show.
I'm H. Gregors on Instagram.
Hello.
I'm at DTBFF Producer Pat on Instagram.
That's true. If you're at all interested in doing some workshop type related things, go to our Redbubble store, get a notebook and write down your fuckers, write down the bullshit, and journal about it. All at our Redbubble store, which is in the link in the description. What do they do after they write down their fuckers and their bullshit, Greg?
They redact it.
You redact it all. Redact it all. Then you write the opposite on the next page.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try to find some as silly as sometimes we think self-help is, we do try to do some self-help ourselves. And you can grab a journal there, and you can grab other things, shirts and pillows and socks and all kinds of stuff. So grab the link there. And you can also call into the show. What's that number, Pat?
That number is 323-379-5544.
Don't take bullshit from fuckers.
Fuck them.
Hey there, if you like the show, you can find bonus episodes and more at our Patreon at patreon.com/DTBFF podcast. And then rate the show 5 stars on iTunes because it's the right thing to do. All music by the Rating Monarchs, produced by Patrick Kelly.